Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Let's get right back into Rogue Trader. In the last episode, we completely finished the prologue and officially became the Rogue Trader, which essentially now means we are the master of this ship. Keep in mind, I am still not playing on the most current version of the game, the version that you all are going to see. So even some of you might notice the little glitch with the seat there. That might actually be completely fixed in the full version. I don't know. So little things like that you might notice. It won't be until the third episode that we're playing with the full version that has all the updates that Alcat would have implemented. But now moving forward, since we are masters of this ship, there are a bunch of people we can talk with, but I don't want to make this a session where we basically spend the whole time talking with people. So we're going to choose a couple of folks, talk to them, and then we're just going to go ahead and move forward. Right, and so every time we come back from a planet, we'll talk to a couple of more, and sooner or later we'll get through all of them. The coat of arms of House von Valancius is crowned with the text of the Oath of Rogue Traders, the Emperor's faithful servants. This hefty tome contains schematics of the flagship of the House von Valancius, in addition to a plethora of notes, copies of reports, and other documents. This majestic portrait, painted by a skilled artist, greets guests who have been granted permission to enter the Lord Captain's quarters. But before we even start talking to people, I wanted to check the Rogue Trader's room, see what's here. The positions of the pieces on the board suggest that this game of regicide was interrupted. The winner was never decided. The glinting of the displayed weapons is mesmerizing. You have never seen many of these articles before. This fine sculpture made from a strange metal seems to absorb any rays of light that fall upon it. Liturgies of the faithful to his word and name. The text below this solemn heading looks noticeably faded. It appears that the prayer book has been kept open on this page for a very long time. A bizarre fragment hung on a trophy board. The lights move. Oh, we read that one last time. What's this here? The long dead eyes of this fierce monster forever capture the fear and pain of its final moments. Yeesh. Those water's calming murmurs and the warm steam feel inexplicably deceptive. A moment of weakness and rest promises nothing but danger. Anything else in here? It looks like okay. Let's go back into the bedroom. What's this? Unfinished letter. His chagrin is irrelevant. Vokvir's mistake cost me too much. Years of work, tremendous resources all wasted. He has failed at what was supposed to be irreproachable at, uncovering spies, and this one was a senior officer. I am not about to discard him. Conrad has served me for too long for his removal to go painlessly for the Protectorate. Besides, he is no fool. He could not have seriously expected to become the next in the von Valancius line when his skills and talents as Master of Whispers are so valuable. Let his disinheritance serve as a humiliating but instructive lesson from which he may yet learn. Interesting. Okay. Beyond the stained glass, the distant stars glimmer in the darkness of endless space, filling you with an odd sense of dread. Awesome. Okay. Did all that. Now what's up over here? The parlor organ seems to have been sitting idle for many years. Ah, look, no dead bodies in this area. Well, isn't that nice? The bookshelves are packed with ancient books, piles of papers and tomes, many of which look rather worn. The light glinting off the polished skull of some unknown Xenos makes it seem like the bony face is mocking you. The ticking of the clock is too quiet for its bulky size. Alright, I think this is the chest where you can store items if you so choose. Oh, and it also is going to list your cargo. We don't need anything from there. And then Lord Captain's personal cogitator. So this lists all the backers. I don't know how they decided what names were on this list. Oh, maybe it was a was there a Kickstarter for Rogue Trader? I can't remember now. I bought the collector's edition. I know that, but maybe there's something else you were supposed to do that would actually get you on the list. But anyway, it's there if you want it. I definitely prefer it being isolated like this as opposed to the way it was in Pillars of Eternity, where all around the game you would see people and things that kind of pulled you out of it. So that definitely works for me. All right, now let's talk to two people and then we'll go about our way. First, we'll go ahead and talk with Abelard. Talk with Abelard. There we go.
Lord Captain.
Highlander takes great pride in being a lord, so he's definitely not going to take the option for calling by his first name. No, you call him Lord Highlander. Let's talk about things that may be useful to me as the rogue trader.
A noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you.
Outline the situation in the Coronis Expanse for me. What do I need to know and keep in mind?
Well, this is a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly. And if you permit, in my own words, the Coronis Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. And this means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble. And in the only major port, Imperial frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Coronis Expanse could hardly have been called an Imperial region. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak. But ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Coronis Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse. And, in the event of a successful outcome, to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier.
Who are the main players I need to be aware of in the Coronis Expanse?
In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Coronis Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers. They wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse. The most powerful of them are Caligos Winterscale and Incendia Bastal Chorda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them. If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what Footfall is, among the scum that dwells on that handful of asteroids, there are 3 factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is the Kazbala Commission, organized crime in its most primitive form. It holds sway over the Liege of Footfall, and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining ecclesiarchy, followers of St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces, and hold influence over rogue trader Chorda. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators, a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronis Expanse.
Conrad, our previous Master of Whispers, can you tell me about his betrayal? What do you think he'll do next?
You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight. We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the von Velatius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps.
That is all for now.
As you wish, Lord Captain.
I'd like to know more about my seneschal.
As you wish, Lord Captain. What would you like to know?
Tell me about yourself. What were you before you became Theodora's seneschal?
I used to be an officer in the Navis Imperialis. No. Used to be is not quite right. It was not simply a job. It was my calling. The essence of my life. I was proud to serve Lord Captain Theodora. But in my heart and mind, I am still an Imperial officer. I met Lord Captain Theodora on a mission where the Imperial Navy was providing reinforcements to the rogue traders' army on one of the frontier worlds. Our acquaintance was not easy. Working with people outside the Navy hierarchy has never been my strong suit. It was to my great surprise then, that after the mission's completion, I received a referral to leave my service in the Navy and join the rogue traders' personal council. It was a difficult choice for me. But I saw in the offer a chance to serve the interests of humanity even more effectively than in the Navis Imperialis. You do not need me to tell you just how remarkable a person Lord Captain Theodora was. I recognized her at once as a true leader and formidable creative force. One who had built a protectorate amidst the dangers and wildness of the Expanse.
Leaving the Imperial Navy is far from easy. Why were you permitted to quit your post?
You could say there was no one among the naval command who was willing to impede the wishes of the rogue trader. To do so would be to risk their own position and their relationship with Theodora. The Lord Captain possessed certain contacts in the Imperial Navy. Contacts which she used to request help during the conflict on the border world. And which enabled her to make me an offer that resulted in my joining her retinue. Was there something else, Lord Captain?
So, I don't remember what kind of check it is. There might be a passive awareness check, but there's something you can have where you can tell he's not telling you everything, and then it's kind of revealed that he rubbed some people in the Navy the wrong way, and so that on some level they were happy to get rid of him. The way you talk about Theodora, I'm beginning to think you were in love with her. Oh, so this dialogue option, it's worded in a way where it's almost kind of gossipy or like he's ribbing him, but for Lord Highlander he's not. He wants to see how honest Abelard will be with him and wants to get a better sense of what kind of person he is.
What? Lord Captain, any allegations of improper feelings or unsanctioned relations are utterly baseless and bordering on the insulting. Utterly baseless.
Yeah, Lord Highlander doesn't believe him. Doesn't believe him for a moment. Do you have a family?
I am a widower. I am a father of 4. And if my information is not outdated, a grandfather of 11. My family lives on Dargonus. None of my children express any eagerness or aptitude for serving aboard ship. And I would hardly have insisted that they follow in my footsteps.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Of course.
I must take my leave. Until next time, Seneschal.
Lord Captain.
Abelard gives you a regulation salute. All right, one conversation done. Now let's head to one more. Go ahead and talk to Argenta. See if she has anything interesting to say.
Rogue trader.
Tell me about the Adepta Sororitas.
Gladly. There are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters. We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. I beg your pardon, Rogue Trader. Here I am talking about what every lesser noble in the Imperium knows. So what exactly are you interested in hearing about?
They say the Adepta Sororitas are the fiercest in their faith among the warriors of the Imperium. Is it true?
It is. The Sisters of Battle are a fire lit by the God Emperor. They are the echo of his voice that travels through the dark expanses of the universe. We bring his wrath to heretics, mutants, and other enemies of humanity. We protect the faithful from the unholy and unhallowed. Sometimes with words. More often than not with a bolter.
Are all sisters truly as faultless as you say?
Even the novices of the Adepta Sororitas are drawn from among the most worthy. Those who have taken the vows and become a full-fledged sister are the best of the best, tested by trials of body and spirit. Yes, there have been cases when a sister stumbled or showed weakness, but do not expect to hear a story of depravity or downfall from me. Each such occurrence is a great tragedy for us all. Light cannot bear the smallest speck of darkness within. And thus, those who have trespassed or shown weakness of spirit are given a chance at redemption. They are called Sisters Repentia, and may the enemy tremble before her. For nothing can stop a sister of battle who yearns to be cleansed of fault and weakness. Wearing nothing but robes, no armor, eviscerator in hand, those sisters who have once faltered find repentance on the battlefield. Their lives are seldom long, but a death in the name of purgation is a better fate than to live with a shadow in one's soul.
What order are you from?
Once I had completed my novitiate, I was sent to the Galixian branch of the Order of Our Martyred Lady, assigned to the Order's Pronatus. The Order's mission is vital and noble. The Sisters Pronatus protect great relics of the Imperium. We guard them, preserve them, escort them when they are brought onto the battlefield or presented for pilgrims to venerate. And we seek out the relics that have been lost. Neither a coven of heretics, nor the most wicked death world can deter Sisters Pronatus when their goal is to return a piece of the great legacy of the Imperium into the hands of the faithful.
You said you belonged to the Galixian branch of your order. What brought you to the Coronis Expanse?
The Order sent me to Footfall. My undertaking was to assist the local Brotherhood of Drusians in caring for a sacred reliquary that had been there since the time of Parsonis Devane, the station's founder.
Are there any other members of the Adepta Sororitas in the Coronis Expanse?
None that I'm aware of, but the Sisterhood's orders are many, and can operate independently of one another, sending their sisters wherever their presence is needed as deemed by the Ecclesiarchy. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, may his path be blessed, my sisters perform their duty as we speak. I wish it were so. Even a single evening spent in joint prayer and training would bring me joy.
I have no more questions about the Sisterhood.
Should any more arise, keeping them to yourself would be imprudent. It is a virtue to take an interest in holiness.
Tell me about yourself.
About me? I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me?
How did you end up on Theodora's ship?
I first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the pirate attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that
She stopped short.
I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, where her crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I'd barely recovered from my wounds when the pirates struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
What happened to the people who wounded you? Did Theodora's men eliminate them?
Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to her ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more. And it's bound to happen someday.
You mentioned making a mistake.
It happens even to the best of us. My mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them.
Where did this happen?
On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard.
We could go to that planet and deal with the Chaos Worshippers.
The path to that planet was lost. All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valanci's protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared.
What was it like, traveling on Theodora's ship?
I hadn't been here that long. Just one journey from Footfall, and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the Medbay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayers and ruminations than on the people around me, or the journey itself. During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me. He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistics systems as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship. But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Adira Tlas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the pirates. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place. I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright.
I don't have any more questions, thank you.
As you wish.
What is it that's keeping you in my retinue?
This ship was targeted by heretical pirates, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary. But for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew.
It pleases me to have a servant of the Golden Throne in my crew. May the enemies of the Imperium tremble before our onslaught.
So they shall.
You said you have a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader.
The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their post until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans? What good would meeting them do? These children are the future of your crew, and one day they too will have to stand against evil and heresy as their parents did. By meeting them, by speaking the right words to them, you will honor the memory of the fallen heroes and light the way to the heroes in the making. They will always remember the day they met the Rogue Trader. Besides, it will bolster the orphan spirits, help them recover from their loss, which can be hard for someone so young. Make arrangements for a meeting worthy of a Rogue Trader. I will address the orphans with a speech. As you wish, Rogue Trader. Thank you for granting my request. A group of children and adolescents, clearly dressed in their finest, freshly pressed clothes, forms a straight line before you. Some stare at you with wide eyes like you're some mythical creature, while others huddle together in fear and look away. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It is hardly the Scala progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Argenta is standing to the side of the group, next to the youngest visitors. You notice her giving them looks and inconspicuous gestures of encouragement. At your approach, she perks up and announces, her voice ringing, "Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of House von Valancius." Address the children solemnly. "Children of the brave servants of House von Valancius, I, the rogue trader and Lord Captain of this ship, speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for a just cause and brought honor to the von Valancius banners and those of the Imperium. I am proud of them, and I believe that you will become their worthy heirs." The children hang on your every word with bated breath. Only a few teenagers at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly impressed by your speech. Suddenly, all the sounds in the module are drowned out by a very loud sniffle. It has the effect of a dam burst. You now hear whispers, sobs, and subtle grumbles. One of the older orphans, a teenager with a thin scar across his face, tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for you, Nobilite, and you just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants both to calm him and scold him for his impudence. Address the children. "If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen." The boy smiles grimly, not at all like a child. "It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die like our folks, or worse." "I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship, for the Imperial. Do not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain." You heard the rogue trader. His words carried the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly. Then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign, and servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with von Valancius emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears that the Seneschal came prepared for any contingency. Argenta rubs her temple pensively. She smiles at the younger children, offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. So this is just another great example of what I talked about in the first episode, that Outcat finds clever ways to show the length of your reach. Like, essentially, you're the ruler of generations of people. Their grandfathers and grandmothers will serve you, their parents will serve you, and now the kids will serve you, right? Like, to me, that's a level that you usually don't see in games, you know? I can't think of any situation in a game where I had to stand in front of a group of children who essentially all of them lost their parents, and they felt like all of their parents died to protect my wealth, my holdings, and the power that I had. Just super, super cool, and helps to reinforce the world around you. All right, that's been 2 people. So let's go ahead and head out and do a mission. And then when we come back, we can talk to 2 more people. So, of course, since we don't have a navigator yet, and we don't have a crew, and we don't have an engine seer, we can't actually step out of this galaxy. So this is basically all of Act 1. You're not going to be able to move into Act 2 until you're actually able to fly away from here. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and go to the first planet that's near us. Lord Captain, reporting. The heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Urac 5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobilite house requires aid, and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmission. Order the Augur crew to scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The Vox remains silent for a while, but then you hear static and Victus's measured voice. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So, the question remains, why are the esteemed Navigator's heralds ignoring us? Contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. The Vox relays the cadent sound of grinding gears and clicking tumblers. I am sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not even reply after an official greeting by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. We will not invade a Navis Nobilite station without first acquiring official approval. Lord Captain, only the Navigators are blessed with the gift of steering ships through the immaterium. Anyone else would succumb to the same nightmarish influence it projects on the crew and the vessel. To attempt traversing warp space without a guide is a fool's errand. Forgive me for intruding, Lord Captain, but I feel it is my duty to remind you that the Navis Nobilite are highly respected citizens of the Imperium, humanity's guides through the warp. The power and status of a high-born Navigator house is akin to that of your protectorate. To aid them in their hour of need is to acquire an influential ally. Order the crew to commence docking with the station. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you will have to look at the esteemed Navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Yeah. It's a weird bug where it comes out. I assume that's not going to happen in the full version. Once again, this is not the version you all are going to get. All right, let's see if we can get ourselves a Navigator, along with one of, if not the most powerful party members that you get in the entire game. Somebody's having a bad day. Oh, a lot of people are having a bad day.
You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Wretches, you will be consigned to oblivion for your transgressions against House Orsilio. Immortal Emperor, deliver your servants from peril. Prayers will not help you, servant of the damned. Not a step further. Master, we have some strange guests on the station. A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, and not just his own blood. Two jet black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid in the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Answer in High Gothic. I am Rogue Trader Lord Highlander von Valancius, and I am no enemy of the Navis Nobilite. The system has been under the protection of the Winterscale dynasty for many years. Admittedly, I did not expect to meet another rogue trader in my lifetime. And since fate has brought such an important person into my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felek Christoph August, keeper of this station. So, you did not come to offer support to the traders. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Urek 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orsilio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say you are not on the guest list. Provide me with a navigator, and I will immediately depart the station. I do not think this is possible. Urek 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts and do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of infinity and chart the movements of the warp storms. And besides, Felek gestures at the disorder around him. You have chosen an inopportune time for negotiations. What is happening on the station? Where did all these corpses come from? Betrayal. A most banal thing in the life of the Nobilite, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend, Theobald Orsilio, the second keeper of Urek 5 and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner. Greedy scum. I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. Felix falls silent for a few moments and then furiously slams the end of his staff into the floor. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia and are now torturing her upstairs while we idly chatting down here. Help me rescue her or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. I still have questions concerning the situation on the station. Our idle chatter will not save Lady Cassia, but if you need to be sure of something before you can help, so be it. Tell me about your mistress. Regretfully, I am not allowed to discuss my mistress, whether with her retinue or the outsiders. She would tell you about herself personally if she feels like it. That is, assuming she survives. I am begging you not to waste any more of our precious time, for it is running out. What makes you think your mistress is still alive? A spark of concern flickers in the black pits of Felix's eyes. You may not believe me, but Lady Cassia is capable of... The navigator cringes, seemingly in pain, and furiously exhales. Incredible things. Not even the traitor Theobald can easily harness her power. My men have reported that the station is in a deplorable state. The navigator irritably brushes away a strand of bloodied hair. Trust me, I should know. Everything happened too quickly. There were dozens of reports of accidents, victims, and failing systems, but the only precious thing aboard this station is Lady Cassia's life. Everything else is futile and can easily be replenished. Why did you not respond to the messages from Rykab Minoris? I have already said Urek 5 is sacrosanct. It is the holy domain of the Navis Nobilite, and is forbidden for commoners from the world below. We had hoped to solve the crisis on our own, but when the situation spiraled out of control, we could not establish contact because the traders had disabled our equipment. Enough questions. I hope your curiosity is fully satisfied. What kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask you for such a favor under different circumstances, and yet, Felek takes his hand away from his ribcage, notices blood, and winces in pain. And yet, Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness, but you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to the mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Orsilio herself. This is the control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny, but even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. How do I remake the control rod? I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaselessly perform the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. That fateful hour is now upon us. So how am I supposed to power the elevator? The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. If it is so simple, why don't you do it yourself? I never said that the feat would be easy to accomplish. The path to the laboratory and the guard room is blocked by the very same madmen who took over the station. They will not negotiate and are not afraid of displeasing the Navis Nobilite or incurring the Emperor's wrath. They bow only to brute strength, something which I currently happen to lack. Why should I help you? You came to this station for a reason. House Orsilio will not be able to help you until the current crisis is resolved. But if you aid us now, I promise we will reach an agreement that you will find satisfying, be it riches, influence, or the power of our navigators. I guess that makes sense. So what have you decided, descendant of the Von Valancius line? The woes of your house upset the balance of power in this part of the galaxy. I will help you, if not for the sake of profit, but for the good of the Imperium. Felek nods curtly. You should hurry then. We will stay here to hold the line and lick our wounds. Good luck, road trader, and may the Emperor's light be with you. All right, so Navigator is being held hostage, and I have to help her out. No problem. No problem at all.
I go where the whispers lead.
That's the elevator, but we're not prepared yet. Awareness. The corpses were brutally mauled by an unknown force, their faces frozen in grimaces of terror. Oh, let me go ahead and level up. I believe this should be quick, right? Yeah, finest hour. Oh, wait. Commanding voice. There we go. That's what I want. Oh, wow. 2 levels. Okay, I'll take it. And I'm sorry. I need to look at my build on my phone. One moment, please. What is supposed to be the next one? Boom, boom, boom. Unlock with my face. Lord Heartslander. I just did finest hour commanding voice fellowship. You do something. You do something. You do something. There we go. And complete. Abelard, what's going on with you? You got that. This. Thick skin, right? Yep. Pair 25%. Yep, sure. Ooh, and got him back to back. What's up with Living Shield? Impetus, what's that? The damage dealt by charge, open engagement. Oh, wait, contempt, right? The warrior's next attack does bonus toughness damage. Yep, that's a nice option. Could do epicenter or slaughter, but yeah, no, I think I'm gonna go with contempt. And we start with toughness, of course. Complete that. Excellent. What about you? You're operative. Got that. Oh. Let's see. Common. We'll get that other one when it's a common talent. I only have my build written out for Lord Heartslander, so for these other ones, I'm kind of just winging it. The first dodge attempt of every enemy in combat suffers a penalty. Sure, that's one possibility. Aftershock. The target suffers half as much mental damage at the end of its next turn. Huh, that's interesting. Arms against the Psyker until the end of combat. That's interesting as well. Oh, sure, we'll take that. Why not? Willpower for you. And no question, we know what we want. What's the name of the one? Stabilizing factor, is that it? Yep. Reduce that veil degradation. Complete, we're good. Okay, that's good. Now you got that, and this rapid reload probably makes the most sense right off the bat. Ballistic skill for sure. And then we got another one. We could go with second skin. Alacrity is another option as well, but you know what? No, second skin. We're gonna do that. Go ahead and make your defensive right off the bat, and excellent. Here we are. And we'll go ahead and do save here. And let's go. Whoops. I was about to say, why they'd have Lord Highlander do it? I know his athletic skill is not impressive. All right, that is... I can't get over there from... Oh, I could. Huh. You know, I always went down the middle, but I just realized you could go around this way. But no, I think I like... You know what? No, actually.
The whispers told me a secret.
Oh, so much. Oh, are you serious? Come on, girl.
I better myself through my
About to say.
service.
All right. You know what? I almost kind of like going from the side over here, so we're gonna give it a shot. See how it goes. Cause yeah, you should be able to go all the way through there.
How may I serve the dynasty?
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, lovely. Very, very lovely. Okay, guys, all the way back there we'll go. And then Argenta. So, you know what, she'll go. She's not considered in cover there, so we'll go there. And then you can go there, I guess. And you're gonna... You know, I don't care. I want you all the way out there. It just is what it is. And then... Sure, Lord Icelander can be here. And yeah, let's see what happens. It's gonna miss. He's got a sniper rifle. He's not gonna be able to hit either. Can she get to him from here? Kind of, but not really. 2%, 77%. What are you looking like? 56% here. Fine.
Doubt is for the weak.
And she misses.
I'll do it.
Of course. 76%. Come on now, girl. Let's give it another go. Oh, now it's 44%. Good lord. That was a great turn, Argenta. Great turn. Alright. They're not going to be able to do much. Yeah, all they can do is run forward. That's awesome. Oh, wow. I never noticed. This dude's a medic? Oh, yeah, you definitely got to get up out of here. Did she hit you from here? No, she can't.
There is
What if
movement
she's over
in the
here?
Imperial.
Man, oh, that does what I want. Excellent. He's already got one, so yeah, let's do that.
Was that you? Or... We'll do.
This. There we go. And then... Bam.
Anything else?
Excellent. Yep, and he's almost out of there. You're gonna get closer. Yep. Keep huddling up. Oh, wow, you're running? I don't appreciate that at all. There you go. Yeah, get closer. Okay.
your beck and call. You attack.
Excellent.
I will do.
And there we go. 2 for 1.
Victory is imminent.
And let's
It
give
will
you
be
a little
done.
bit extra just in case. Alright, you. Let's hope that Adira can reach down to one of them. I think she should be able. I don't know. That'll be dicey. Let's find out. Let's find out. There we go. Damn. Nope. That's not going to work. Oh, that works though. Okay, cool. I'll take it. I'm not greedy. Ooh. Hit 2 of them up. Look at that. Very, very nice. That's not going to be able. Yeah, I can't. She can't do anything with that. We'll go ahead and give Abelard another go.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. At your beck and call. You a target.
I keep forgetting I shouldn't have done charge. Well, in this case, it doesn't really matter anyway. Was he ever ranged? I forgot to give him a ranged weapon. I need to do that. No, that's not worth it. He's not going to be able to reach him. It just is what it is. I'm going to let Abelard handle. Oh, boy. Maybe not. 31%, 41%. This one is hard. There we go. Hey, look at you. Oh, he's going to get his lick back, though. Oh, no. Okay, cool. He's probably, yeah, he's completely hidden from view.
I know what is to come. On it.
Yeah, this dude is going to be hard to flush out.
My place is at the fore. I will do my duty. Take care of this one.
Excellent.
At your beck and call.
All right.
It will be done.
Now, how are we going to flush out this guy? I don't know. Wish I had move, but it's going to be a minute before I can use that. You know, come down here, right? But she's still not going to be able to do anything with him.
I'll do it.
That. Look at that. Very, very nice. So you take all those defensive options.
What is this foreboding?
She have, yeah, she's got foreboding as well, so that also helps. That's it.
Follow my lead.
Annoying.
At your beck and call.
There's nothing you can really do. All right, finally.
Guided by faith.
Over here. Really, 36? Come on, Argenta. I need you.
As the Emperor
I need
commands,
you to do a little
I
bit
act.
better. Thank you. All right, fine. I'll take it. Sheesh. All right. Oh, that's right. I forgot I got one of these. Let's make. Abelard needs a ranged option. What does this do again? If you fall unconscious, he's our tank. He's the one most likely, but he's not going down anytime soon. Shouldn't at least. There we go. All right, that's done.
Ugh, this master-crafted patella augment is not fit for a servitor.
Yep, that's a regular sword. This is all regular flak chest. Yeah, she already has medium armor, so she's good. Alright, yeah, send all that to cargo. Doom, doom, doom. Send all that to cargo.
I dare not provoke the whispers.
Alright. The library is full of treatises by the most distinguished scholars of the Imperium, from Astra Militarum tacticians to Adeptus Mechanicus genitors.
I'll warn you if I hear anything.
The Lady Navigator statue looks pristine and new. That is a nice looking statue.
Say no more.
Huh. I swear I thought there was something in here. I don't know if I can't remember if Rogue Trader tells you when you fail passive checks. All the servants perished in oh, I failed the Medicae test, that's why. In the crossfire. Oh well. Cargo. There was something else that popped up. More cargo.
See? Right there.
Ooh, Ripper auto pistol. Interesting. Come on, might as well let you have that. This is range of 10. Yeah, I'll take that. Fine. Still not quite a sniper rifle, but we're getting there. We're getting there, folks.
The future is never certain.
Baby steps. Alright, there's a door right there we could get into. Statue by the famous Calixian sculptor and chronicler Zacharias Vernon of the Magnificent, the 23rd year of this millennium. Original. Thought I saw something I was supposed to loot, but I guess not. We're good. Alright. Oh, here we go. Whoa. Oh, that's right. There's a puzzle that we get to later on that I'm not gonna do because it's not worth it. No!
I've suffered worse.
Dog it. Forgot sometimes. I think none of my people that I'm using right now have good awareness, and so those traps are not being discovered as quickly as they should. Yet another reason that I'm happy that we are getting Cassia. All right, there we go. Argenta, don't fail me now. Thank you. All right, let's go slowly now. Nice and easy. Yeah, that's the puzzle. That's a door we can open.
An expected result.
The wearer gains a +5 bonus to persuasion. Hey, look at that. Persuasion definitely helps me out. And she can go ahead and take tech use. There we go. And demolition.
Duty prevails. Let's proceed.
Okay. And goods. More cargo. It's going to be very, very useful once we finally get to a vendor. Which should be happening soon, now that I think about it. Did you hear the screams? Move! Sir, are you all right? We can't hear anything. Now I see. You're in league with them. Is this an insurrection? Yes, indeed. Death to the traitors. Sir, what are you doing? Get a hold of yourself, sir. I know you all traitors. Traitors, all of you. They told me, they whispered. Hey, who are you? Bing, boom, 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 boom.
Light of terror, guide our way.
Ah, yep, that's for the puzzle as well. People going crazy on this ship.
Marching on.
Door right there. Something else that helps you with the puzzle. Awaken the Cogitator Spirit. Cogitator's vid screen is covered in cracks and stained with dried blood. The buttons, switches, and levers were ripped out of the control panel with exceptional cruelty and scattered around the sacred mechanism that now sparks and hisses in agony, still refusing to perish. Awaken the Cogitator's machine spirit. You turn a few of the remaining dials and pull the activation lever. The cracked vid screen of the sacred engine flickers. The Cogitator's inside emit creaks and groans amid the lumens oscillate at random. It takes a while, but eventually the machine spirits do grant you access to the Cogitator's systems. Call Rykab Minors for help. The system cannot carry out your command despite the eager compliance of the machine spirits. One thing is certain, the problem does not lie in the Cogitator's mechanisms. Examine the log. The archive data stored on the Cogitator's local data crypt is partially corrupted, but you still manage to access the residual logs for examination. View Vox Report 12A-H890. The Vox recording hisses for some time before you hear a voice. This is Officer A-282. Do you copy? Several generators overheated on the lower levels. Chambers A to D are underpowered. The tech precinct crew sent to investigate the problem is not responding. Requesting back. The officer's speech is interrupted by shouting, and the recording abruptly ends. Officer H-123 speaking. 200 servants have perished due to explosive decompression of the living quarters. We've located traces of mechanical interference. The preliminary cause is officer sabotage. Crews 5, 6, and 9 are cut off from the main compartment. We have enough oxygen for 20 minutes. May the Emperor save our souls. Senior station officers, this is the captain speaking. We attempted to contact the Winterscale Scion for help, but something is jamming the signal. We never received a reply and cannot be sure it was even sent in the first place. A rescue team is not coming. We are on our own, so remain vigilant. Anyone could be a traitor. You hear me? Anyone. If you are in doubt, shoot to kill. The following Vox recordings are too badly distorted to make out even a single word. Examine the recent entries of the incident log. Report X-880, originator classified, date classified. The servants close to the child have started butchering one another again. An order came from above to have their remains reprocessed. The negotiations with the Winterscales were a success. A new batch of servants will arrive in 10 moons. Escort them to the laboratory at once. It is imperative that we increase the new retainer's resistance to the child's powers. Data expunged. Examine the station's docking log. The log is almost completely corrupted, but you managed to recover the latest entry. Identity confirmed. Region Argenta Orsilio. Date of visit classified. Reason for visit classified. Date of departure classified. Examine the security and life support logs. The yellow lumens above the control panel are ushered to life by the machine spirits as a singular repeating message streams down the vid screen. Warning, damage in technical compartments. Warning, living quarters depressurized. Warning, unable to access the station's docking system. Warning, energy regulating system, unknown error. The station will transfer over to emergency power. Immediate evacuation of the facility is advised. Warning, view the encrypted data. The machine spirits are buzzing restlessly in its metallic gut. Several red lumens light up above the vid screen. Required access level, security captain or above. Current access level, senior security officer. Tech use, break through the machine guardian's defenses. You easily bypass the restrictions imposed on the sacred machine. The tired spirits make the overloaded cogitator systems whir unhappily, but they then obediently retreat. Most of the encrypted data has been wiped. You find traces of the Purge protocol. Recovery is impossible, but a list of the most recent commands having been embedded in the machine spirit's consciousness now flits across the screen in a single creeping line. Child, delete, pick, flow, disable, access code, annul station, controls, delete, activate, shuttle, self-destruct, purge, command log. Exploring the archives for a while longer yields a surviving excerpt from the guard captain's report mentioning that the security system had recently been reconfigured without his knowledge. His comment reads, "Only the keepers of the station have access to the life support systems, but Keeper Theobald has not left the child's side, and neither had I. Could it be that?" Return to the list of available commands. The vid screen blinks and the mechanisms of the machine's core emit a quiet hum. Request data on the station's navigators. The machine spirit hummed restlessly in the sacred machine's womb, but soon project the requested information to the vid screen. Felek Orsilio, location, main hall, status alive. Theobald Orsilio, location, upper chambers, status alive. Calamira Orsilio, location, upper chambers, status deceased. Alexis Orsilio, location, lower level, status deceased. Rasmus Esteban Orsilio, location unknown, status deceased. The child, location, upper chambers, biometric parameters, rapid heartbeat, elevated body temperature, stress levels exceed the permissible limit, status, unknown error, attention, calming procedures advised, attention, upper chambers inaccessible, error, the control rod is not present. If the rod has been misplaced, immediately contact the station keeper or the Navis Laboratorium custodian. Switch to the main chamber controls. The cogs within the sacred mechanism slowly start turning with heavy grinding and clacking. The tired machine spirits grant you access to the station control, or at least its parts that still obey the cogitator. Open all doors on the level. The cogitator's vid screen goes dark as if the machine spirits had fled their mechanical casket. But your assumption is incorrect, as it fills with static just a few moments later. You can barely make out an inscription amidst the flow of rapidly changing symbols. Warning, data corrupted, processing, error. We'll go to 1. The cogitator takes a few moments to gather the data from the station's active systems. According to the report, the door has already been opened. 2. The cogitator, already open. 3. You push a few buttons on the control panel, but the machine spirits rebel and keep resetting your commands. According to the data, the compartment you are trying to open is depressurized. 4. The cogitator takes a few moments to gather the data from the station's active systems and produces the following message. The protocol has been executed. The passage has been opened. 5. The cogitator takes a few moments to gather the data, and it's already been opened. Oh, logic. Ooh, a muffled howl comes from under the iron shell of the cogitator. The machine spirits were greatly displeased by your manipulations, and the subsequent efforts to appease them fail. The system remains inaccessible. Open all doors. 6. Excellent. Now we have access to the door we actually needed. Pass has been open. And 7. And main elevator controls. Activate the elevator. Processing query. Confirm. Turn the list of commands. Elevator activated. Stop disturbing the machine spirits. You thank the machine spirits and reset the operating protocol. Excellent. All right, now. Oh, so we could have used the computer to open this door, but hopefully we can open it with tech use instead. We'll open this door first. And a bunch of servants in here, along with a guy named Uwe, who says nothing. For some reason, the archenemy's twisted influence has found its way into the station.
Whatever you wish.
All right, let's see if we can get inside here. Tech use 55%. And look at that, first try, excellent. Cargo. Carapace chest plate. This is light armor, 25% armor. This character will have a 35% of dodging. Yep, I can make use of that. And hey, look at that, our first sniper rifle. I will absolutely take that. And that's cargo. We open this with tech use. That's cargo as well. And looks like we're good. All right.
I go where the whispers lead.
So let's look at this real quick. You can take that. This can go to cargo. This. 25% light armor. She does, yep, you're the one who needs that the most, so that works. Add to cargo. Anything here? Anything here? Nope, we're good. Let's go.
Quiet. They're trying to tell me something.
Whoa. Uh-oh. Letting us know we better hurry. Bunch of things we could use for the puzzle if we were going to do the puzzle. More stuff for the puzzle. I'm straight. Synthetic amniotic fluid pools across the floor. Barely discernible traces stretch to the side opposite the entrance.
The future is never certain.
More stuff for the puzzle. The caustic stench of reagents sears your nostrils and broken glass crunches underfoot. Somebody wanted to destroy the laboratory or find something. Alright, nothing else here. Yeah, there's a puzzle here where you can put stuff into there, but put stuff into those vials and then create something here. It's basically consumables. You get like maybe 3 or 4 different ones. It's not worth the effort. I'm not interested. Make the control rod. We do need to do that. Excellent. They all just lost their minds. Please don't kill me. All right, and we should have everything that we need in order to be able to finish this whole area.
Crafted patella augment is not fit for a servitor.
So
Nothing's
back
impossible
over here.
for this old officer.
And let's see what Felek has to say for himself. Let's do a full save here, just in case this goes poorly. Felek Orsilio looks a little better. His tangled hair is now neatly braided. His wounds are tightly bandaged, and there's some healthy color under the scales on his cheeks. You dealt with the threat and powered the elevator. Well done. I trust you brought the activation rod as well. Remember, every second of hesitation may cost my mistress her life. Adara suddenly cocks her head and drives her nails deep into her shoulder. Then she starts mumbling. The crossroads. There are 2 paths, both stained with blood, both leading to the accursed eye. They all wear masks, so poor and flimsy, they fail at the slightest touch, one hiding a blind man, another a traitor. Tell me more. What paths? I cannot say. One is paved with blind fate, the other with hatred and treachery. Both lead to tragedy. You simply have to decide what kind of tragedy you like the most. Thank you. Everything is clear now. Adara nods tiredly and glances at Felek out the corner of her eye. This station has enough problems without your sorcery, psyker. Felek waves Adara off and looks at you expectantly. I have many questions regarding what happened on the station. You think they are worth the life of my mistress? The madmen I fought were convinced that we were the traitors. Felek gives an indifferent shrug. That's why they are insane. Will you really heed the ramblings of retainers who dare to raise their hand against the scions of a noble bloodline? The servants alone cannot be blamed for what happened on the station. Most corpses I discovered were either unarmed or feeble. Do you really think mere servants could plan a coup? The senior officers are just as guilty. Half of my guards butchered one another because they suspected treason. As for the real culprit, the coup was staged by those closest to the mistress. Destroying the shuttles, shutting off the power, and disabling the security systems. Too many things required special access. Access only available to the keeper of the station. As I'm sure you are aware, there were 2 keepers of the station. Your guess is absolutely correct. Theobald Orsilio, the demented old man obsessed with Lady Cassia and her power, and also the only one to blame for the woes that have befallen Urek 5 and our noble line. I saw the security captain's report. Only the keepers have access to the station's systems, but Theobald stayed at his side the entire time and could not have initiated the self-destruct protocol. Which means he did it before the report was filed, or maybe after, or... Felek's stern face twists in disgust. You dare suspect me of what happened? The one who was going out of his way to preserve what little there is still left? By the God, Emperor, you will keep these slanderous accusations to yourself. I trust you, Felek Orsilio. Let us rescue your mistress. Actually, no, I'm sorry. So, looks like I did something wrong. I'm pretty sure if you thoroughly explore this entire place, you find enough evidence that he'll confess. And then that gives you the opportunity to either work with him as an equal partner where you know what he's trying to do, or to just go ahead and turn against him. But apparently we didn't have that option. But obviously I have enough evidence where I strongly suspect him. So enough. I would not trust you as far as I could throw you, fellow Corsilio. It really is time to end this. Felix squares his shoulders and gestures to his guards. I was hoping to find an ally in you, but now you are merely delaying the sorrowful end of your story. Prepare to die.
Your doom has been foretold.
The advantage also of figuring it out first is that you can go up to Cassia and go up to Cassia and have her people come down with you, as opposed to having to do this whole fight by yourself. All right, and I guess this will have to do. How much health does it take off him? Not that much. Okay, cool.
Will do. Anything else? Was
And that's all. All right.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
38. No way to get both of them. You're killing me, girl. You're killing me. 75. Okay, fine. And still missed. Babe, you are. Okay. If that's the case. I saw them bullets go past. They should have hit. Alright. Oh, that turn could have been better, but it is what it is. Ooh. This is really a bad idea. Oh, well. Let's see. What was... Oh, whoops. I didn't even see you over there. Yeah, I guess I might as well go ahead and deal with you, huh? There we go. Alright, somebody came to do what they're supposed to do. Yeah, bad position, and I should have put Abelard out there. It's fine, though. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Alright. You. And you. And alright. Make the magic happen. So you could go this direction. Can't do that. He just went, so I'm not particularly interested in him. Here. Oh, no choice but to do something like that, huh? Yeah, fine, we'll do this. And then you got access to. You can do him. 65% there, 95% for you. Sure, why not? So good to have a sniper rifle in our hands. There you go. Dodge it properly, girl. That's what I want to see. Alright, you. He's about to go. So we'll add some more of this. And add some more of that. And then add some more of that. And there we go. 35%. Almost there. Alright, now we're back to Abelard. Now you can charge again, so you might as well charge them. Oh, wait, what's the problem?
A tactically sound approach.
There we go.
Indeed.
Excellent.
Victory is imminent.
And
It will be
three
done.
of them are standing right in front, so let me do that just in case. Right, yep. Had a feeling he might try to do something like that. Yeah, let's go ahead and give you another turn, sir. Here
I've
we
seen worse
go.
battles than this in my time.
Yep.
At your beck and call.
Oh, yeah. Excellent. Keep forgetting you should just walk up there to preserve that AP, but it's fine. Do that. Let's see. Will it let me? Yep. Do that. And then give me that. And yeah, this will work. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And he already has that. Oh, wait. Yep, he could do another one. I forgot.
Will do my
Excellent. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely wrecking shop, and it's deeply appreciated. I'll let Cassia handle her own light work. We'll deal with you for now. And oh, yep, that did hit. Excellent. He's gonna hit Cassia up. Ooh, look at you finding that perfect angle.
They who discern the future on the battlefield.
Still not gonna be able to see him, am I? Oh, yeah, it will let me see him. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, excellent. You're out of here. Oh, and then automatically, wait. Who's the last dude left? Oh, I completely forgot about you, buddy. The disrespect. I apologize. Here. Yeah, let me give you the attention you deserve. There we go. All right. Not too bad. Despite me completely putting Argenta in the wrong position, came out okay. Loot all of these people. Not forget to loot these guys. What's this? What's this? Deadshot revolver requires 35 strength. Abelard might like that. I'll have you take a look at that. Upgraded last gun, but again, nobody's gonna use that. Yep. Remove that. Okay. Actually, we can look at the items when we get a new party member. Talk with Cassia. Okay. Let's let our new party member know that she's been rescued. Hopefully. And there we go.
Blessed be the road that we take.
Pale figure with unnaturally long limbs stands with her arms raised, her hands deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet-misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. You are enveloped in despairing grief, and an invisible hand closes around your throat, cutting off your breath. Your limbs seem to fill with lead. Your heart hammers in your chest, and the desire to turn and flee from this room from this station almost gets the better of you. At the last moment, you master your emotions, and your will pushes back against the illusion, forcing it to retreat. Adira emits something between a moan and a drawn-out whimper. Ow, ow, ow! As if my own little pals weren't bad enough. Now this one's barging into my head? Somebody stop her! Heresy. Argenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. Then she lowers her head, and her white hair veils her face. Persuasion. Lady Cassia, I am here to help you. Please, calm yourself. She warily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound, similar to both a sob and the howl of a small wounded animal. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you, who are you?
Lord Highlander von Valancius, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Unease settles over her features as she nods cautiously. Pardon my manners, Lord Highlander. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance in such a time of great sorrow for our house. What is this? I feel faint. The heavy-set old man, who has been kneeling nearby, erupts into low sobs. His eyes, swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room, as though the veil of ignorance has just been ripped away from them. The child.
Lady Cassia, where are you? Sacred child, throne preserve.
Despite his venerable age, the Navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman's side. You. The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet black veins, and his bulging, milky eyes bear striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk.
My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you, one wrong move will bring the wrath of House Orsilio down upon your head.
Watch out, Lord Captain. This one's so deranged it's making the whispers shriek like all the hells. He might just open that eye of his.
Threatening the head of the dynasty is a grave offense, esteemed whoever you are.
Abelard places a hand on his weapon. Persuasion.
At present, I am trying to determine what is happening on Urok 5.
I'll grant that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like scoundrels in Felek's service. So who are you?
Lord von Valancius, rogue trader.
Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy? How interesting. Your kind always makes an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Orsilio now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer, think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. You decide.
What is the curse that has taken hold of everyone in this room?
Theobald frowns. Curse? You do not understand the sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. And if the child wants blood, the world turns crimson. The child's will is the will of the great Tisiphone, for she is the heir of House Orsilio. And they call me dangerous with my witchcraft. Adira mutters under her breath.
You look frightening.
The fish eyes look at you with unwavering dignity. You are not supposed to see me, or Felek, or the sacred child. Navigators are highly paid for their loyal service to the Imperium according to his will. No one would dare judge the guides of humanity, the chosen of the galactic sovereign himself. What service do you ask of me? Actually, no. I want to know what happened between you and Felek. Felek is my wayward student. He came to Urok 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child, to revel in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to pervert the centuries-long traditions of our family. You can see the fruits of his villainy for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our novators, Tithsophones or Celio, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy, the renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come of age and taken up the novator's throne.
Felek accused you of treachery, Theobald. Why should I trust your words?
Defending myself before strangers. Never thought I would fall so low. The old man looks at the unmoving Cassia and shakes his head in resignation. If the child's life were not at stake, very well, I have no choice or proof of my innocence. I can give you my word as a member of the Navis Nobilite, if the honest word of an honorable man counts for anything with you. I guarded this station against calamity and incursions from without to the best of my ability. I forced the wardens to strictly observe security protocols. I personally selected every servant, and I faithfully protected the child during the coup.
How could you lose control of your own station?
Do not thrust my arrows in my face. I am twice your age and twice as wise. Take my advice. Trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, or a far-fetched idea of a bright future.
What service do you ask of me?
Hope glimmers in the Navigator's milky eyes. Save the sacred child. Take her away from this station. I fear I do not have long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's chin, and he wipes the mutated blood brusquely away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Argenta, acting head of House Orsilio in the Coronis Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for the Navigator, but after everything we've seen, I got some reservations about this girl. Argenta looks at Cassia, and a painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders.
You are talking as though you expect to die here.
Theobald shrugs indifferently. My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds Felek inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Praise the throne. Slowly enough to see that the child is taken care of.
You need help. There is a Medicai deck on my ship.
But Theobald only shakes his head. No, I am the keeper of Urac 5, and I will perish along with my station. On that note, I have other matters to attend to.
I believe I have made my decision.
Is that so? Please, share your thoughts.
Cassia shall come with me.
Good. That is good. The old man nervously licks his lips, but do allow us to say our proper farewells.
Wake up, my mistress, my sacred child. It is all over now. It is over.
What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lord to rejoin the house and its regent in the Coronis Expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
Another trickle of blue blood runs down the old man's face, this time from his nose and ear.
No, not you too. Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze. You're coming with me. Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
A hot wave of despair that is not yours washes over you. Your palms sweat, and your heart freezes in panic.
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Yurak 5, and alas, I have less than a day in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Oh, Theobald.
The crimson tears stain the Lady Navigator's white skin once again, but this time her power does not make everyone weep along with her. Forgive the urgency, but we should leave the station immediately. The systems are unstable and may fail at any moment.
But this is my home.
Please, child, do not be stubborn. Remember your duty to the house, and let those thoughts bring you strength.
What are you going to do to me?
Lady Cassia, I, Lord Highlander von Valancius, rogue trader of the Imperium of Man, offer you my protection and grant you shelter aboard my vessel. Theobald Orselio nods slowly. Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any vessel. I know this, because I taught you myself. And it is difficult to imagine more worthy company than a rogue trader. But remember, your safety is of paramount importance. Get to the Great Regent and fulfill your destiny.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Yurak 5 is still full of people loyal to House Orselio.
All who can be saved will be given succor on board my ship. The Lady Navigator ponders your words for a short while.
As a Lady Navigator of House Orselio, I accept your gracious offer of protection. Please, take me to your vessel. I can no longer bear the pain of this place.
All right, look at that. New party member. Very, very nice. While no one appears to be living in the cage, somebody still filled the trial with dried fruit and fresh water. It is as if the painting was rendered by several different hands. The timid, uncertain lines are interlaced with rough and furious strokes, coming together in arcane shapes.
The light of terror shines for us.
Nothing over there. The Lady Navigator's private library is brimming with essays, novels, and personal accounts from the trailblazers and explorers of the Imperium. I think the way you're introduced to Cassia is super cool, especially because you're not completely sure you made the right decision. The luxurious feast was left untouched. It's clear she has very, very dangerous powers that have strong effects on the people around her. And so it's really, even though it's obvious that Felek was a traitor, it's not really clear that he had the wrong idea, you know, and that you've actually sided with, you know, the right people, quote unquote, depending on what you're trying to accomplish. Tactical goggles give a plus 5% chance to hit and plus 3% critical hit chance. I think we picked this up in the same area where we got the rod for the elevator, and I kind of want to give it to her. Grants immunity, enemy critical hits, dogmatic. Aren't you dogmatic as well? You are, and this fits you better. Yeah, let's do that. Then no armor, and then weapons. You need a weapon. You do not use ranged weapons at all. We could give this shotgun to Abelard, but the Ripper pistol has more range, so yeah, it's more likely to be used. So add to cargo, add to cargo, add to cargo.
Color the uncolored.
Color the uncolored. You need more willpower. And we get a common talent. You get abilities there. We want the talent that allows to count as, what is it called? Willpower, but nope, they were close, but not quite. If the navigator's perception is higher than their agility, Then their dodge is calculated using perception instead. There we go. That's exactly what I want. I will take it. Complete. And let's do another save. And then let's welcome the Lady Navigator to her new home. Oh, I missed a couple of people, huh? But they all gave garbage, so we'll just leave. There we go. But yeah, they do a great job of making it clear how powerful Cassia is right from the jump. Really, really cool stuff. And I feel like her introduction makes you want to know more about her quest line because, okay, now supposedly House Orcelio is going to be indebted to me. So how will that play out? Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first, your heart starts beating furiously, your breath comes short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Victus is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of this sudden wave of unease. Without even looking at the Vox Master, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak with the trader. Leave us. Of course. When you're ready for the ritual, please let me know. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Victus, then, lowering her lashes slightly, turns to you. What did you wish to speak about? After a few seconds' hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale, and then raises her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honorably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that, I am immeasurably grateful. I am also deeply grateful that you saved my servants, especially my valet. Uwe served on the station for more than 5 years, much longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during journeys through the Immaterium and what to serve me for breakfast. His presence envelops me in a cloak of amber. But now, Cassia throws back her shoulders. I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paint you have on board, but no red. Why do you refuse red paint? Cassia gestures toward the servant standing beside her. Uwe will give us his blood before the ritual, as always. Ooh, yikes. He's not going to bother with this first one because Lord Highlander recognized that this is something he has no understanding of, and obviously she paints as a way to help her perform her duties as a navigator. He doesn't care how she gets it done as long as she gets it done. Tell me more about what the ritual entails. I doubt the uninitiated can understand the mysteries of navigation, but I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind and will with the machine spirit of the ship so that I become one with the vessel. Cassia lifts a lock of her hair from the back of her neck, revealing gilded implant ports. After that, I use the House Orcelio ritual, which I am loath to reveal to you, to free my mind of all errant thoughts. And then it is time to open my third eye and peer into the depths of the warp itself. Among the nightmarish visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss, only the light of the Emperor is the truth that will lead me from star to star, from system to system. Oh, the light. The guiding thread, so fine it can slip from one's grasp at any moment. Cassia unfurls her hand as though dropping something. But you have nothing to worry about. The navigators of House Orcelio never lose their course. I shall ensure that all the necessary supplies are delivered to the Sanctum Navis. Cassia nods in thanks. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me. Few can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is opened. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. The Voxcaster and the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of clothes, pious chanting, and the metallic click of implants. Then the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence, initiating communion ritual. Come here, Uwe. The exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard, the low sob of the servant. Ooh, rough! The rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, the faint whisper of the brush. Go. Footsteps hurrying away. I see violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails, and umber shadows spinning over the surface in a fiery dance. A storm rising above foaming waters, armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit. Of her? No, of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. The Vox Master recoils at Cassia's words and accidentally snaps one of the cogitator levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits sparks, and the Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flicks a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. We're gonna skip this first option, 5 lashes, because Lord Highlander, he believes in competent leadership. And competent leadership means that, hey, she's new to this position, mistakes are going to be made, but the question is, does she consistently show competency and consistently show that she is learning from her mistakes and growing in her role? So Lord Highlander is not the type to just have people automatically lashed just because they do something wrong. So instead, he's going to say nothing, because there's nothing he could do to help Cassia if there's a problem. So leave the Lady Navigator undisturbed. Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants in the Sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain, their throats raw from the strain. And then, sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's right, as it was for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric, and metallic clicking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely, even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now we retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report on the condition of the station, Urak 5. Had you opted to begin your visit to the Rycat system with a different destination, the station could have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representatives of Navis Nobilite brought us precious time. We can either send our forces to disassemble the station and procure technological components for our own vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. Yeah, he doesn't consider this to be pillaging. At the end of the day, the station's purpose was to protect the child. He has a child now, so repurposing everything in the station for himself makes complete sense.
Loot everything, from jewelry to the very last manuscript.
As you command, Lord Captain. Ooh, profit factor gained 2. Nice! With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an engine seer prime. Both the vessel and its machine spirits are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew, and, much more importantly, we have not yet located Heinrix van Collix, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for sure he was not at Yorick 5, so keep this in mind when making any future plans.
Why is it always business with you, Victus? Couldn't you sometimes just visit and tell me how wonderful everything is?
Certainly, Lord Captain. If you are interested, this week passed with a record low rate of minor disturbances on the lower decks. A senior technomat from Shift A came up with a new formula for a lubricant used in kitchen servitor implant maintenance. The quartermaster of store compartment 11 reported recently that we are spending ceremonial decorations at least 20% slower than expected, which means we have enough tablecloths, carpets, and lamps to last us 15 years of grand receptions instead of 10. Even considering that some of the stock was burned during the cultist attack on the vessel.
Ah, Victus, your sense of joy, it leaves a little bit to be desired. But thank you. This will be all for now.
As it pleases you, Lord Captain. All right, awesome. So we have our Lady Navigator, and let's go back to the ship. Because now that we're back from exploring in a mission, it's time to talk to a couple of more people. So, I do not see my character's over there. Okay, even though the seat turned, that was kind of weird. Let's go ahead and talk with Cassia since she's here now. Uwe say anything? Uwe has had his tongue cut off, just like the rest of the lesser servants of House Arcelio. Ooh, that's rough. I mean, I'm already your servant. Why do I have to cut off my tongue too? Come on now.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Tell me about yourself.
I am a part of House Arcelio, an ancient dynasty of the Navis Nobilite. Since time immemorial, our family has served to advance knowledge, pushing at the boundaries of the dark unknown. The Starway Atlas contains 2,843 routes that chart the sectors of the Segmentum Obscurus and reach all the way from the Coronis Expanse to Holy Terra.
Navigators identify so strongly with their house. It must be difficult for you not to be able to lean on your elders, but you have my word that I will look after you.
You will? That would be most appreciated, Lord Captain.
So you've never lived anywhere other than Yorick 5?
Hardly. According to the chronicles of the house, I was born on one of the Arcelio worlds. Oh, what was it? Please forgive me, Lord Captain. My childhood memories are too vague. Sometimes I dream about the colorful birds that built their nests in the garden, or the servants dressed in purple livery, or the blue fog that rolled over the lowlands behind the palace. But everything is covered in a rosy haze. Perhaps it is my imagination, not my memory, that is painting these pictures.
Tell me about your life on the station.
My stay on the station was wholly dedicated to preparing me for my future duty. Astromancy, astrography, numerology, the histories of my house and the Imperium, as well as other disciplines. For many years, dozens of instructors tirelessly prepared me for my destiny. And once a year, Great Regent Alronto would come to the station. He would entrust his beautiful vessel to my command, so that I could master the practical aspects of our art as well.
Did you have friends? Someone you could turn to for a simple conversation, not a discussion of yet another lecture.
The Regent gave me a bird from a sunlit planet once. I tried to befriend it and make it sing, but for some reason, it refused and died soon after. The instructors were too respectful of my duty to my house to waste precious time on idle chatter. Aside from them, there were only servants on the station, and you know they have their vocal cords removed, so they cannot break their vow of silence. And since the subject has been breached, Lord Captain, why do you not follow this honored tradition? Your decks are so garish. Apologies, I meant noisy. The rabble don't just chatter. Sometimes they shout and even sing. Why do you allow such a lack of restraint? Rogue traders are highborn, are they not?
A ruler cannot maim people just because it is his power to do so. On the contrary, it is the duty of every ruler to look after his subjects.
Your words sound amazingly blasphemous. If a ruler's duty dictates the need for violence, would dispensing it not be their responsibility? I will contemplate your answer in solitude.
Your third eye, do you always conceal it?
The Navigator's open eye is baneful to whoever the warp's ruinous shine falls upon, and therefore it is the symbol of our power. We are the guiding stars of humanity, found worthy of an uncommon gift, and one of the duties that we bear is to guard our eye, even from wayward glances that may bear evil. Besides, I am aware that lesser servants of the Imperium may find our appearance repulsive. The Navigator gene twists the features the rabble are used to seeing, and the magnificence of our role cannot be grasped by their feeble minds.
You are beautiful, Cassia. Do not let anyone or anything convince you otherwise.
Lord Captain, you are overstepping the bounds of propriety.
I would not dare to make fun of a lady's feelings, especially not one who has captivated me since I first set eyes on her.
Cassia blinks in surprise, her eyelashes fluttering, and a delicate blush suffusses her cheeks. Words like that, Lord Captain, can easily be misconstrued. You should familiarize yourself with some of the works in your library to learn the appropriate manner of conversing with the lady.
What does it feel like to guide a vessel through the warp?
It may be difficult to describe. You see, every navigator perceives the warp differently. My mentor, Great Regent Elronto, always described his travels through the Immaterium as a journey through a vast wood with countless paths. And I, assisting him in the first voyages, futilely tried to follow his example. But the wood would not reveal itself to me. But everything changed when I found my own key to this mystery. You see, I've always brightened up my rare moments of leisure time by painting. You may recall there was a workshop in my chambers. As soon as I imagined the warp as a blank canvas, an indescribable feeling came over me. I moved the brush, going deeper and deeper into my own painting. Visions were hidden within the vibrant colors of my palette, and something inside me knew which should be brought out and which should be left behind. I woke up several days later, after the voyage was safely complete.
I noticed that your love of painting is reflected in your speech as well. You associate so many images with hues and colors.
The Emperor graced me with a gift. I can see inner life in addition to the mundane. You cannot know that a fruit has rotten from the inside until a blade slices it in two. I can see the rot from far away. It roils like swamp mud, oozing through the bright peel. Anger and boredom, sadness and joy. Everything that people shut away inside themselves is revealed to me like colors on the canvas of my world.
Why don't we talk about something else?
You will hear no objection from me, Lord Captain.
Tell me about House Orcelio.
As the only voice of our family on this vessel, it is an honor. As long as your questions are courteous, I will answer every one of them.
I take it House Orcelio has a rich history.
Oh, yes. The navigators of the house came to the Coronis Expanse fairly recently, a mere 208 years ago. Before that, our ancestors expanded the borders of humankind's dominion for the glory of the Emperor, blazing trails to different corners of the galaxy.
Who rules the house?
Just as a rogue trader stands at the head of a protectorate, a Novator heads a navigator house. It is the Novator who decides where to look for alliances and which path their bloodline is destined to tread. As for our house, the transfer of power to a successor is currently underway. In the meantime, Great Regent Argenta Orcelio is ensuring the stability of the house.
You lived in seclusion on a closed station until Felek committed his sabotage, so then you must be the Navigator's successor.
So says Regent Argenta. Nothing is decided yet. Some people in the house become enshrouded in rolling grey clouds at the thought of me becoming the Novator. But even more are bound with dull leaden chains. They think I am not ready for such a burden.
With your permission, I would like to talk about something else.
By all means.
What is your special sight reveal?
Sister Argenta shines like a guiding star, inspiring resolve in those around her, seemingly inexplicably. However, I see a dark and ugly fog billow behind her, contrasting sharply with her shining light. It burdens the Sister of Battle. It drags her down. Yet Argenta herself is hardly aware of it. Seneschal Viserion is among the few whose colors are a pleasure to look at. Whenever the Seneschal speaks, heavenly crystal clarity spreads around him. And whenever he is angered, dark blue clouds condense over him. And in his rare moments of joy, a pure gleam of sunset pink caresses the souls of those near him. Out of your entire retinue, Lord Captain, he is the only one I would trust with my life. Idira's emotions are like a maelstrom, bright, unbridled, enveloping her form like a wondrous kaleidoscope of colors. And as dangerous as a twisting warp storm. The riot of colors hides the truth from my eyes. What exactly is driving this woman? Is it her own will, or is it the Immaterium, Lord Captain?
Hey, remind me in the comments when we get some new party members to circle back to Cassia and answer these questions. I find these tidbits she gives about each one to be fascinating, but I've actually only seen these comments for this current group. I've never seen it for the party members that you get later on. Let's talk about us, shall we? Right here? Are you sure? Cassia looks around discomfited. Let's discuss other things. This is where I must beg my leave.
I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
Awesome. Okay, that's one. So we're going to have one more conversation. I figure we might as well go ahead and talk with Victus. But actually, I think that's enough for one episode. So we made some really good progress, picked up a new party member. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Again, by our third one, we should be on the full version of the game that has all of the current updates. And I'll also have seen your feedback from the first episode. So really, really looking forward to that. And again, hope all of you are enjoying the series. See you in the next one. Take care.